Hello, everybody. Dr. Bradley Bliss here. It is so great to see you, beautiful souls. Well, I don't see you, but I feel you. I can feel the energy. I feel the energy coming through to me today, and it's so great to have you. Now, today I sort of want to plant a cultural flag, and it might be a little unpopular for me to say in the year of 2025. But it's time for me to speak up and say what needs to be said. Something that has been disturbing me during my studies of Black History Month and really studying the albums of the scholar that has become my favorite artist recently, Kendrick Lamar. Now, it really doesn't really have to do anything with his music, actually. Because there's not really this message in his music unless you look deeper and you understand the deeper meanings. I think he would agree with me. But now please don't judge me when I say this. I do not think that we should be having interracial relationships, marriages, and not even interracial lovemaking in our society today. Don't get me wrong. I think those other women are beautiful. I think they're fantastic. Sometimes they're perfectly nice. Sometimes I don't understand if they have an ulterior motive. But I personally went over my roster and made significant cuts. I guess you can call me Elon Musk. Mr. Doge himself, the way that I went into my roster and made significant cuts. And the hardest thing is I am an honest person, and it's hard to look at a woman and say, hey, we can't be together anymore because of your race, and try to explain to them that it doesn't mean that I'm racist, that I feel this way. It just means that I don't want you to water down my gene pool in the events if we have a baby. I can no longer date Mayo women because I am here to build a legacy. And I do not want Mayo women watering down the culture that we have. It's just not, there used to be a time where I would be like, oh gosh, we're all equal and we should all live amongst each other. Oh my God, we should all get in interracial relationships and make mixed babies and just mix up the races. But now I want to exclusively keep my bloodline as BIPOC. I do not want the caucasity to infect my family bloodline, period. I do not want that anywhere in my family because I'm a man of family values. And it hurts me to say because I've met so many beautiful snow bunnies in my life, and it was hard for me to tell some of them with that fine ass, telling them that I was not going to date them anymore. But I had to say the hard things, and it just doesn't make sense in building my community in a way that I'm watering down my genes. I can't water down my genes anymore. I cannot make it some, pale, soggy pancake batter of a equivalation in my family. I can't do that. I've studied people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during my Black History Month studies. I've studied Malcolm X. I've studied all of them. And I asked myself, would they date a white woman? I'm not sure. I didn't see anything on the Wikipedia. I don't know if they dated any white woman. But if I want to be an activist myself, and if I want to be pro-black, if I want to be someone that is just a leader and an activist in my lifetime, what does it say about me if I'm dating a bunch of snow bunnies? And I say that, I think they're nice. They come off nice, but they're also tricksters, you never know. Like, what if it's a grand conspiracy that they are coming after men like me as a form of racism itself? Like, what if they're trying to mate with me and create Mayo babies, half Mayo babies, as a form of violence? And just because I see that as a possibility is reason enough for me to cut ties with a lot of I had a lot. I dated a lot of the snow bunnies, I've dated a lot at the same time, had some good times together. But it can only be limited to those good times, and it was irresponsible for me to do that. So from now on, the only women that I date are BIPOC women, because we all have to stick together. And, we can speculate, right? We can speculate if that Mayo woman has good intentions. Like, oh yeah, she seems nice. She has a nice smile. She puts herself together real nice. But we'll never know the conspiracies and the things that they plan out, or, what may come up of her white tears and what is real and what is not. I've read the book White Fragility from Dr. Robin DiAngelo, and, it just gave me some insight on how women will give a sob story. Even her, they will give a sob story to try to manipulate people. And that's what these snow bunnies do all the time. And in fact, if I were to look back on my life, that's what my ex-wife, Rita, unfortunately, she's passed, and she was assassinated by a world-renowned serial killer. But that's what she would use. That's what she used to do when I call her out for seeing her personal trainer. She would start with the white tears, and I was like, this makes sense. This is a way to manipulate me back into monogamy, blaming my sacred affairs for her affair. I wish that mutt would stop barking in the background, honestly. Like, this is a perfectly good video, but barking away. Barking up the wrong tree. You know what? That dog might have a Mayo soul, trying to sabotage this video. So anyway, summary, to sum all things up, I am no longer dating women of Mayo complexion. I am off the snow bunny diet, and I am only dating women of my own race, or at the very least, BIPOC women. And I know that might seem like, I know a lot of people have judgments on being against the holy grail of interracial relationships, but I'm allowed to make my personal decisions. This is Dr. Bradley Bliss signing out.